Welcome, everybody. We're just having a little bit of trouble getting the screen sharing going, but we should have that going in just a minute. So we're going to start the AMA off anyway. My name's Galen. I'm content lead at Axelar. And we'll get to introductions of the AxelarSea team in a moment. But first, I just want to say, if you have questions for the team, there is a text channel that's just above the voice channel in Discord, Axelar Voice Chat. If you drop into that channel and leave your question or your comment right there, we'll see it, and we'll bring that. We'll try to bring those questions into the presentation and the dialogue as we go through.
First of all, we would like to thank AxelarSea team for giving us a great opportunity to perform AMA today. And my name is Christopher. You can call me KTP in short. I'm a founder of AxelarSea, and we have Kunmi here. He is our community lead, and Kunchom is our developer. Almost the whole team are QCP3 participants, and so we are familiar with the AxelarSea network, and we are supported by contribution DAO as well. And so, we are bullish on AxelarSea network because we believe that the cross-chain is coming.
So tell us a little bit about AxelarSea and what you build. We know that it is a cross-chain NFT marketplace. If you can kind of tell us a little bit about how it works and what it's designed to do, that'd be a good place to start.
Yeah, sure. AxelarSea is the first cross-chain NFT marketplace, including two key features. First is a cross-chain payment gateway. Second is a cross-chain NFT. Let me explain more about this. For cross-chain payment gateway, seller can list an NFT for sale from any chain on AxelarSea's website while receiving a payment token on another chain. For buyer can place a bar for an NFT on any chain while pay using a token from another chain as well. So for the cross-chain NFT, we are able to bridge NFT to the other chains while maintaining data of the original collection. So we have a new NFT of the same collection. We use general message passing GMP protocol by Axelar. Right.
And I'm just starting to share kind of what is built here at AxelarSea.com on my account here. So if you click into my screen share, the reason we're using this voice channel was so we could do the screen share. But as you can see, we've had a little bit of difficulty getting that going, but it should be going now. So if you'd like to see and follow along as we go here, and KTP, if you just tell me kind of what to show as you're talking, I think that that we can kind of provide some visuals here to go along with the conversation. One thing I should mention as we get started is that the AxelarSea project was created as part of or as an application for the Axelar grant program, which is live. We're accepting applications up until April 21. So if you go to axelar.network, you can find the grant program information right there at the top under the developers tab. You'll find a link to the full grant program information. So please check that out. Yeah. So KTP, tell us a little bit about kind of what is the state of kind of NFT marketplaces? What exists out there, and what is the sort of problem or gap that you're trying to solve in the marketplace?
Okay, thanks. Good question. So I think everyone sees the same problem. Interoperability has been the main problem in blockchain ecosystem from the beginning, but it's quite clear after the downfall of layer 1, right? For traditional NFT marketplace, for example, OpenSea, the seller and buyer need to be from the same chain. On the other hand, we do not AxelarSea allow NFT trade to made from any chain to any other chains. So, we see there are a lot of problems for both seller and buyer as well.
So as you said, OpenSea right now basically confine the buyer and sellers to the same chain, right? And we do not we don't need to be like that. So the in the current traditional NFT marketplace, there are lots of problems. Like for example, let's say from the seller side, imagine that you have four different NFTs on four different chains. Let's say, for example, Ethereum, Terra, Polygon, and Solana. Okay. And you want to sell them, of course. Normally, there are one or two big NFT marketplaces for each chain. You have to search for NFT marketplace for each chain and then place a sell one by one. Like, for example, if with OpenSea, they usually support Ethereum and Polygon, right? And of course, good for them that they start about doing the Solana recently. But what about Terra? If you want to sell on Terra, you need to find another marketplace. And what if it's not just these four NFT? What if there are many, many more chains? Meaning that the seller needs to go chain by chain to place their NFT on sales. And what if you want to track it? What if you want to go check if your NFT has the bits? What if you want to check if your NFT has already been sold? You need to go through those just lots of marketplace to check it out. So in short, it means that the problem for a seller is that it's pretty difficult to track, it's a waste of time, and it's a risk for a lot of phishing links that is out there just trying to grab your money. Apart from that, is of course it means that your NFT will have quite a limited potential buyer. So basically, it means that usually the sale will expose to only buyer on that chain that the NFT is supported. But for AxelarSea, when you put an NFT for sale on any chain, buyers from any other chains can place a buy on your NFT. Now, from a buyer side though, okay, let's talk about from the buyer side. So imagine, let's say you have some asset on Binance Smart Chain, let's say, and you are going to buy an NFT on another chain. And what if you don't have the asset on that new chain? So what do you need to do? Okay, so one, you would need to look for a bridge that support the asset transfer from the BSC to that new chain. Two, if the asset that you have on the Binance Smart Chain is not supported by the bridge, you would need to find a DEX to make a token transfer first, right? And three is if you're not familiar with the destination chain, then you would have to learn how to use that new ecosystem, the new wallet, find the DEX, and of course you also need to fund that new wallet. Like you probably need to go to some centralized exchange to find some token to fund it as well. So you can see there are lots of steps that buyer needs to take to get their assets to another chain just to buy an NFT. Like there are a lot of fees, a waste of time. And again, it's going to be a risk of searching for like the new DEX for the bridge. You might get fished out by a lot of like the phishing links as well. So that is exactly where AxelarSea is coming into play. So our solution is we provide the cross-chain payment gateway. So the seller can place their sale of NFT from any chains on it. Those NFT will be exposed to all the buyers from any other chain. So for example, right now, in our current prototypes, let's say the seller can put the NFT for sale from five of the EVM chains: Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, Moonbeam, and Polygon. While the buyers, they can actually pay for those NFT, but they can pay from Terra instead. And the buyer don't need to move the asset. We do for them. They just simply click like paying the asset from Terra, and then we do the cross chain, we do the rest. So it's just one click and done.
So you are basically taking the kind of steps of bridging, of transferring assets from chain to chain. You're sort of abstracting that for the user, handling that kind of on the back end, if you will. and enabling users to use something like this drop down here, right? If I'm listing a NFT for sale, I can choose which chain I'm listing it from, and if I'm looking for assets to buy, I can kind of choose, what chains am I interested in exploring to find assets. I could choose all of them or just one.
Absolutely, that is absolutely correct. So we enabling any chain to connect to any chain, and also we also going to be enabling any token to any token as well. It's like for in the traditional NFT marketplace right now, if the seller, for example, if the seller specify that they want Ethereum coin, for example, the buyer needs to pay in ETH as well. But we for AxelarSea, it doesn't need to be like that. So let's say a seller asks for Ethereum, you could pay using, let's say, UST, and then we are going to be doing the token transfer cross chain for you as well.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about kind of how far you've come on this. I mean, the front end here looks great. I see, a few things listed. I think maybe some things that the team has put together themselves as sort of a demo. If I wanted to come and list an NFT here for sale, is that function available today? To what extent is the back end built out, and kind of where are you in the process of really making this a stable and full featured release?
Sure. Current cases we have done for prototypes on testnet, and we spent for 2 or 3 weeks for this version. Actually, according to our roadmap, we have 5 phases to complete. And this phase, we focus to showcase how cross-chain NFT marketplace works. You are welcome to try it out, and let me show you how to taste the testness. Maybe.
Yes. So currently, so if let's say if you want to put your NFT on sale, so go to the website and simply connect it your MetaMask wallet. You can click on the top tab of the create. Right now, haven't allowed the creator or the NFT creator to actually put their or upload their images just yet, but we already prepare some images for you. But in the future, yes, you can upload your own images. You can name it. You can do whatever you want with a typical NFT. And so if you scroll down a little bit, yes, thank you. So in the case of the blockchains, you can select any of the 5 blockchains that you want to mint your new NFT on. So for example, can you please click on Avalanche? Let's say you want to mint on Avalanche. Now, if you scroll back up a little bit, you should see that the picture preview here is changing because we actually prepare a unique image for each chain. So please play around with this. And after you select which chain you want to mint it on, of course, just click submit. And then, yeah, you can try other chain as well. And you can click submit, and then that will be minting the NFT for you. And after after your NFT is minted, you can place it on sale. You simply go to your profile page, and then you can just place it on sale. You can put it with any price you want, technically, yes. So that is a profile page. If you already have the NFT, there will be showing up there. Okay, and then you can just select whichever one you want to place it on sale. And if you notice, this page will actually show you the NFT from multiple chains, meaning that you actually can track them quite easily. You can take them off the market. You could put them on the market again. You can create a new, you can place or adjust the price pretty easily from a single place as well. So yeah, that is from the seller side. You can mint it and you can place it on sale. While from the buyer side, we allow the buy to be occurring from the Terra chain only. And so it means that you need to connect either the Terra station or the Kepler to the website first. And after you connected it, well, don't forget to fund it with the testnet Luna. You can go to your explore page and you can select on any NFT that you want. Like simply you can, well, technically you can just click on any one gallon and just click buy now. Yes, and
Very
scroll down a
cool.
little bit. Yeah, and click buy now, and that should bring up the checkout page. If you have the Terra station or Kepler connected, it would check if you have enough token to pay for it, of course. And if you notice that on the bottom there is a word you want to receive NFT to, currently the current prototype, we only allow the buyer to receive the NFT to the wallet, to the MetaMask wallet that is connected to the website. However, in the future, we would allow the buyers to actually choose which wallet they want to receive it in, and then click confirm, and that should complete the transaction. There will be a pop-up from Terra Station to confirm that you actually want to pay and wait a little bit, and you're gonna be able to confirm it. But if you want to check it out, there are guides on it, and there are like YouTube videos of showing how this works. So we are really encouraged for the community to actually try this out.
So we're on testnet here. You can play with it on testnet. You can use testnet assets to buy and sell. You can mint NFTs. Can you I guess, and then at some point, when we get past the testnet phase, you will be looking to create a platform where not only can sellers mint their own NFTs, but they can also bring NFTs in from other that have been created elsewhere. Is that correct?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
So if they have NFT and they want to host their NFT for sale on AxelarSea, yes, definitely.
So we got I think a good question from somebody who's joining the AMA here. Life Goes On asked, what was the biggest challenge in developing the NFT cross-chain app? I think it's a good question. If you could talk a little bit about challenges and kind of what was easy, what was hard, using Axelar to do this and other tools that you had to put into place as well.
Of course, that is a very good question, and I'm more than happy to share. Well, I would have to say that certainly there are some hiccups up along the way. Despite that, we have a relatively enjoyable experience building on Axelar. The SDK provided makes the process really simple, and for any devs listening, you definitely should try it out, like for sure. But on the other side, mainly. What we would like to see from Axelar is we would like to see a bit more detailed documentations, especially more example would be highly welcome. We wish that Axelar Academy to be more like other academy, like let's say Terra Academy, where they basically holding your hands and teaching you all the functions. Right now, it's more like our dev needs to kind of figure out the functions on their own a little bit, even though on the Discord, Axelar Discord, they also have the channel specifically for depths. But it would be nicer if in the documentation we also have like some clear cut example. That would be lovely. But apart from that, we feel really grateful for the general message passing, which led you to send the state across chains with ease, and with that, that allows us to build this. Like, to be honest, without the GM message passing, a multi a cross-chain NFT marketplace is going to be really hard to do. So yeah, we are looking forward to see the GMP support for more chains and other ecosystem as well. But yes,
Yeah.
that is great.
We're super excited about general message passing as well. I think, the idea that you don't necessarily have to move the asset to the program. You can move the program to the asset is the way we're starting to think about that. And, so ultimately it's the ability to call any function on any other chain from within your dApp on the chain where you're building. So that's I think, yeah, and I think certainly that's really what the grant program is all about, right? We sort of invited people to build the Super DApp. If you're not familiar with the term Super App, it's kind of a concept of you have all of the functions that a user would need inside one application. WeChat Pay is an example where you can sort of discuss going to a movie with your friends. You can look at the show times and you can buy the tickets all from within the same app. The ability to then sort of bring in multiple dApps and functions from multiple chains into a single application, as the AxelarSea app is doing here, I think is the kind of possibility that we envision for developers building using Axelar, and excited to see it here, the beginning phases of it here in the wild. So I guess with that in mind, tell me a little bit about kind of next steps for AxelarSea. What's your timeline, roadmap? How do you envision this thing kind of growing from here?
Before we get to the roadmap, and I want to add a little bit more about the general message passing. With that, that allows the NFT marketplace to go beyond that. So currently, let me tell you a bit about the current setup of the NFT bridge. Usually, when you bridge an NFT through the typical bridge, the NFT on the new chain is practically the new one. You can't actually trace that back to the original one, because like when they bridge it, it basically all the other information, let's say the collection names or basically the metadata are lost, and then NFT after the bridge is become a new NFT. But with the general message passing, with the AxelarSea, which okay, we haven't really allowed that part yet, but it's like a bit in the future. But if you bridge an NFT through AxelarSea, what happened is on the NFT on the new chain, the DApp on the new chain would be able to trace back to the original one to make sure that, oh, that is actually that NFT. So like, for example, let's say if you own an NFT on Ethereum, and when you bridge to say Avalanche, okay, the data of the NFT, let's say the collection, the creator, the metadata will be carried forwards, meaning that the dApps on Avalanche would be able to confirm that the NFT in the Avalanche is indeed coming from Ethereum. And this novel solution using the general message passing open up like unlimited possibility of usage. Like for example, let's say you can use your BASE on Ethereum as collateral on another chain. Or you can create a DApp that utilizes loot-based NFT from multiple chains without worrying about the license or royalty fees problem or anything.
So you
Just
would envision, I mean, and I think maybe we're talking very far future roadmap here, but not only the ability to bring any NFT onto AxelarSea and sell it, but also the ability to do things like, as you mentioned, use it as collateral in a DeFi app on the same chain or on another chain. Type of having all of those options at your fingertips, if you will.
yes, absolutely. That is correct.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
think just to kind of go back and double click a little bit on what you were saying a moment ago, if you do this sort of wrapped bridging approach to bringing, if you want to bring your let's say Ethereum based NFT onto Avalanche or vice versa, you really are kind of stripping out a lot of the metadata that provides the user with a sense of the authenticity of the NFT. And the ability then to instead of using a bridge, to use general message passing enables you to keep the NFT in its original context, where that kind of authentication metadata can be accessed and verified.
That is
Do I
absolutely correct. Yes,
capture that correctly? Yeah, that's very exciting.
absolutely. Okay,
Cool.
but just in the more not so far future. So
Yeah, yeah.
our next step for the project is that for the upcoming quarter, we are aiming to complete the full functions of the NFT marketplace. For example, like user can upload their own images, they can fully use the filters, and they can like see the full collections of the NFT. And after that, we will be focusing on specifically the EVM cross chain, something like seller can decide to sell NFT on Polygon, and buyer can buy NFT from Ethereum chain. So usually it's going to be just in between the EVM first, and then after that we're going to expand more to, let's say, Cosmos ecosystem, or some non-VM, sorry, not EVM, let's say Solana or Polkadot. But yes, and the full version of the cross-chain NFT marketplace, we are aiming to launch in probably between the third or the fourth quarter of this year.
That's very exciting. And I think, I guess, I hope that we will, as you mentioned, the documentation is always a constant process of improvement. And, we're certainly working on that piece of kind of creating a smooth path, right, for developers to learn what they need to do.
Yes, definitely. But of course, developers, like, feel free to ask in the Discord channel, or any of the Axelar channel as well. Like, we are sure that there are people there to help you. So don't be scared by this. It's actually really simple to build on Axelar.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hop in here quick to just kind of add to what's been mentioned and covered. And I think this is one of the really exciting aspects of this, right? Is the ability to not only move NFTs cross chain, but then to be able to do DeFi with them, right? Take a loan out against your NFT, fractionalize your NFT from one chain on another. And I think what this does for the industry as a whole, which is really exciting, is it's kind of a great equalizer, right? Like right now, right, a lot of the kind of higher value NFTs and a lot of the bigger projects are built on Ethereum, and it's not necessarily because the 721 or the 1155 standard is superior to other chains. They've just been around longer, and then they have the marketplaces like OpenSea and Rarible, which get the higher prices. So I think with this, the ability to move assets cross chain, like I said, it's going to really equalize the industry. And as we're doing for developers, right? Developers through Axelar are able to build on the best platform suited for their needs without having to sacrifice liquidity from other chains, or access to assets of other chains. This is also going to be, we're going to enable that as well for artists, right? So you can choose the chain that you love and that you really want to develop on without having to sacrifice maybe the liquidity that it would get from being minted on, Ethereum instead. So yeah, really, really exciting, kind of opens up a lot of exciting possibilities, not only for NFTs, for DeFi, but like I think for the the industry as a whole. So yeah, thanks for walking us through this. And I mean, I'm really excited about it to see where this goes.
Great. So where should people go to find out more about AxelarSea? Me, if you can kind of chime in here and let people know kind of what's the best place for people to kind of stay in touch.
So we do have a couple of social like media. So if you actually scroll down on the website a little bit, there should be a link to our Discord channel, to our Telegram channels, and there is gonna be a good Gitbook documentation in there as well. So on the bottom right corner, that are those contact, the Twitter, the Telegram, the Discord, and we have a bit of YouTube tutorial, so you can just look at it. You can play around with our current prototype and enjoy, and come talk to us. Like we are more than happy to ask any question that you might to answer any question that you might have for us as well.
Very cool. I think there's a couple more questions outstanding in the chat. We're going to try to answer those and not leave those hanging there, but at least with it being 11:40 at this point, want to let people get back to biddling, what they've been biddling. So hope this has been helpful. We're going to try to publish a recording of it as well and a summary of the call. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to me and the entire AxelarSea team for presenting here and for building this exciting project.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so if anyone still have a question and we might have not answered it in this call, come to our Discord channel, come to our Telegram, ask them. We are more than happy to help you there.
Great. And just to put in one final plug for the Axelar grant program, go to our website. Before I stop sharing, I'll show you where it is right here. If you go onto the developers tab at the top, the grant program information is right there. We're open for applications through April 21. So by all means, please submit and let us know what you're building and how we can help you take it multi-chain. And with that, I will wrap up and say thanks to everybody for coming. Thanks to everyone who brought good questions. And again, any sort of questions outstanding here in the chat, we will try to get to those offline here once the AMA is wrapped up.
Right.
So
Thank you.
thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.